Hi guys, we're back once again for another step on this manager's journey here with Warsaw in the FIFA 20 career mode. This is 1920 Gaming, and once again thank you all for stopping and watching. As you know, we're at the start of a brand new season. We're now in the Championship off the back of what can only be described as a really successful last season and a really successful pre-season as well. Now, as you can see, we kick things off here in the new season with a game against Derby. Also, in this episode, we'll probably play the Luton and the Forest Green games. And then that leaves us nicely with a derby against West Brom here for the start of the next episode. Just touching back on pre-season for a second though. Obviously we won the tournament. Our new young striker Tremblay was the top goal scorer in the tournament. Hardy had a brilliant tournament. We didn't play great football despite the fact that we scored lots of goals. This is how much money we've got after completing the tournament. But again, back on it, we've got we found a new good partnership in the centre of defence with Baker and McKeith. The new right back O'Keefe was solid. Harrison was brilliant again. Ito showed good stamina. He played almost every game. And yeah, it was a really successful tournament. We learnt a lot. What that means going forward is, despite the fact that we have got almost 11 million to spend, there's not a whole lot really that needs doing to the squad in this transfer window. I'm quite happy with everybody, how they performed last season, how they performed in the pre-season tournament. So I'm not going to be rushing to buy anybody in this first window. There might be a couple that goes out that we need to look at. We're just going to go through the players actually now that played in pre-season, and of course, as normal, you can pause if there's anyone that you want to see in more detail. Aside from that, another couple of things that I learned from going through the squad and looking really at the areas that need strengthening for the Championship or players that might need replacing. There is a couple. We'll get on to them in just a second. As you can see, Ito did play a lot of games. There's Tremblay with his 6 goals and 4 assists. He had a really strong pre-season. But as for the 2 or 3 players that I'm worried about this season, one of them is this man here, Ito. Despite that good stamina and that good pre-season that he's had, he didn't go up at all in overall last season. He's 29 now, which means in FIFA terms, in a few months or definitely by the end of the season, he's probably going to start on a decline. And taking that into account, if we look at his financials, his contract there, he's got an important squad role. So despite losing his first team place again to Lorenzi last season, he is going to want to play a hell of a lot of games. So that might be somewhere we need to get him out and replace. And the same kind of thing with Clark. He's not quite as old, but he only went up by 1 last season. Again, he's on an important squad role, but is he really going to be good enough for the Championship just by climbing up 1 overall at a time? So these 2 are definitely players that I'm looking at. And there is another one, Hardy, that I'm a little bit worried about. Because he kept complaining that he wanted to play more and more last season, and of course he's not the first choice in the cam position now, so that's just going to be something that we've got to keep an eye on with him. And that's why this guy here, Todd Cantwell, is on the shortlist, just in case Hardy does decide he wants to keep complaining about not playing as much as he should. We've got Berahino here just to bolster the striking positions. I don't think it's too much of an unrealistic thing with where he's playing at the moment that he would come to join us. The right wing, we were just talking about Ito. We've got a lot of players on the right wing on the shortlist at the moment, but we've got no information from the scouts just yet, so I'll just quickly run down them all so you can see who's on there. But we've not even thought about making that decision yet. Like I said, I don't feel like we're in a position where we have to rush this season. So we'll just take our time with it, make sure we get the right players, and then we'll start looking at right backs as well. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to move over into the club's objectives. Obviously we know we've got to play Tremblay and Brown, the striker and the keeper, in at least 50% of the games this season, which the Tremblay one could prove to cost us points. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Brand exposure, again, I cannot do anything about that. Again, there's no continental successes, obviously. The fact that they want us to gain automatic promotion, yeah, well, we'll have to see how that goes. We are in a new division after all. We want to improve in the cups anyway, and then there's obviously the financial one, which again we don't have much control over. So that's the club objectives. My own objectives this season are obviously, like I just touched on, to try and improve in the cups, as we always do, even if it's just by one more round. We want to be hard to beat away this season. I want us to win most of our home games, and that goes hand in hand. Then hopefully we stay in the division. And also, we just want to get a feel for who is good enough for this division and who's not. One of the players that you just saw there, I think it was Wilson, he's not going to get much football, so it's pointless keeping him around. It's pointless for us with our wage structure, and it's pointless with him because he's not going to get the chance to grow and be what he could be. So yeah, it makes sense to let him go. So this season, as well any promoted season would be really, is just gonna be about, like I said, putting the feelers out, see where we are, where we need to improve, where we finish, all that kind of thing. We're starting to get some scout reports back now, but as I usually do, we're going to wait for all of them before any decisions made. So yeah, like I say, that's pretty much what this season is going to be all about. We'll just do the best we can, see where we finish. If we can fight like we did the first season of League One, get into the playoffs or something, that would be awesome. But I'm not putting too much pressure on it this season, because like I said, we're in a new division, so it's a bit unfair to do anything but other than want to stay in the division. We can always revisit that later once that's ticked off. Even though Ito's one of the players at the moment that we're looking to get rid of, he's still going to play a big part. And you saw an offer come in there for Brandon Williams as well, which I've got absolutely not going to entertain that at all. There's not any players going out except for maybe Clark, maybe Ito, and maybe down the line Hardy, depending how much he keeps pushing to want to play when I can't really give him that many games. You can see the season has already kicked off, but we're playing today, I think it is, against Derby, and we're going to go ahead and get things underway with that right now. As it is our curtain raiser in a new season though, I think it's right that we do a press conference, see what we'll get asked here, what we're going to respond with. Is promotion more than a dream for Walsall? I would say promotion is a lot more of a dream more than a dream for us at the moment. Obviously I can't say that there, so we'll just go with we'll do what we can. Because that is all we can do at the moment. We have no idea where we're going to finish, and that's what's great about a new division and a new season. And they're asking if they'll see Kinsella today. He did have a strong pre-season, so I might go with he got himself noticed. But I doubt that we'll see him today. I want to go obviously with the strongest lineup that we can in our first ever game in this division. So... And then they're saying that we've not been active in the transfer market. Will we see new faces? Maybe by the end of the season. I'm not 100% sure about this transfer window, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not 100% on that yet. And that will do it for the press conference. And the first game, guys, is going to be a highlight package. Just basically because we've been doing a lot of stuff off the pitch as well. And like I said, I don't just want to go with the Derby game. There's another couple I want to get in as well. And I don't want the video to drag on for too long. So yeah, it's going to be a highlight package. And talking about Ito, he didn't start, but he did come on. And that is the impact that he made. Exactly the impact that we want, obviously. We really struggled in the first half of this game. Derby's press was really aggressive. It was really quick. I did notice straight away there's a big tempo difference between the Championship and League One. When they did have the ball, they looked really dangerous, but we managed to ride the storm out. We come away, as you can see here, with a 2-0 win, so that's a great way to kick off the season. A clean sheet, a decent performance, and yeah, happy with that one. So after that really difficult game, we're going to get into some training. These are the players that are in it at the moment. Harrison, now he's a 70, I might pull him out and replace him with maybe Taylor at the moment, because he gets called upon more. I do like the feel of this Smith when he comes on, but at the moment I do call on Taylor when Morgan's not there. So at the moment it just makes more sense to get some improvement put into him, and then when he's at a level that I'm happy with, or when any of the other players jump to a level I'm happy with, then Smith will probably be the next one in line. Little bit of a button mistake there. It was Harrison who got clicked on, or Harris, but no, we want Taylor. And we're going to give him some defensive drills for now, just like Morgan's doing, because obviously the role that they're playing does need that, as well as getting forward and creating and scoring goals. Also, we've got Ito here, who's happy that he played a part in the first game, so that's all good. And we got another couple of things here, the youth squad reports and another scout reports come back. In the academy at the moment, we've got two really promising players. We've got a left back and a centre back in Mitchell and Davies. Both of them do look good, but yeah, in stacked positions, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we promote them and sell them, I don't quite know yet, so we'll just leave them there for now. And we'll move on towards our next game. The next one, I believe, is against Luton. Loan offer here from Harrison, which is not going to happen. He played a big part last season in the season and squad rotations, and I have every intention of doing that with him again. He was brilliant for us last season, and when he's played, he's made a really good start this season. So yeah, he's doing alright and he's not going anywhere. We've got some scouting updates here, and speaking of Taylor, who's just gone into training, somebody wants to loan him, which is again not going to happen. Canada we've gone to this time, as you can see, and straight away they've produced someone who looks quite interesting there. Maybe not interesting enough to get signed up, but this guy here might be the keeper. He looks really promising, 55 to 73, 75 to 94 potential. We have to sign him, but I'm not so sure about this guy. And again, the same here, in a stacked position, so we'll just leave him for another month and see what happens with him. And this scout, he's in America. I think we went to America last season as well, but we're in there again. Sorry guys, we're just going to blast through all these ones, and we'll leave that one there as well. So we've got one from each that we're a bit unsure of at the minute. And the same there with that Cameron Hughes. I'll probably scout him for another month, because again, he's a good player, but he's in positions where we're really stacked at the minute. So we'll see how things go with him. So we've got one from every scout there that we're going to take a closer look at. We're getting close to the Luton game now. The Luton game again is going to be highlights, as is Forest Green. So I'm probably going to leave it here, to be honest guys, as far as commentary is concerned, and just leave you with the usual highlights of the two games. For this one, being a league game, we're going to go full strength again. And then for Forest Green, we're going to change it up completely and play all of the fringe players. So yeah, happy with the squad, happy with the first game, happy with the first episode. I hope you guys are as well. If you did enjoy it, please do leave that like and subscribe, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching again. Bye.